Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Woolley Treasures Podcast. Hello lovelies and welcome to Woolley Treasures Podcast. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Alison and I like to come on here and talk to you about different knitting and sewing projects that I have, and I've got far too many, so this is my way of making myself get things finished. And I have actually, I've got 4 finished items to show you this week. So yeah, Happy New Year. It's been 2 months since I did my last podcast, and that was a couple of weeks, 3 weeks before Christmas. And I was talking about all these wonderful Christmas things I had in my head that I was going to get finished. I didn't get any of them finished in the end, apart from one, which is one of my finished projects that I'll show you in a moment. So yeah, it was all going smoothly, and then I had a call, and my operation for replacement hip got brought forward a week. So everything went a bit wayward after that. But long story short, which is unusual for me because I like to waffle on. Everything's going fine. I've been signed off by the surgeon. No pain in the hips. I'm just trying to get the muscles back working because I'm walking a bit like a duck at the moment. But we're getting there. So it's all good. Okay, so I'll jump straight in with my first finished knit. Let's put this down, which is the Copley's bed jacket. It's a 1940s pattern that I wanted to make. I actually finished it, and this is it. I don't know if you're going to see it. No, but there we are in its glory. I'll put move over. I'll put a picture or a small video of me wearing it. It was really, I didn't enjoy knitting it, I've got to admit. I don't think I'd ever do it again, but I'm glad I did because it's quite warm. I've worn it a couple of times and it's nice on. It's just the knitting of it wasn't very pleasant. I didn't realise as well when I was making it, it's got little buttons on the cuffs. So yeah, the reason I didn't like doing it, and surprisingly not because of all the ribbing, because the back's completely ribbing and I hate ribbing, was it's all in 4-ply, and although it's only single, you don't do double as you do with some patterns, but it was 4-ply, but it was knitted on 7.5 needles, and I don't know. I just it wasn't for me. But I'm glad I did it, and I will wear it. So that was that. I don't know how long it took me. I think I've been talking about this since the first video that I did, which was, so when did I start? September, I think, this year. So yeah, I was pleased to get that out the way. So that was quick going through, but that's the first one. I think I've spoken about it so much in previous videos, there's not a lot needs to be said really, other than finished it, thank goodness. Which brings me to my second knit, which again I've spoken to you guys about this before, and this is, I've been wearing it, so it's inside out, but it was Killikitch 13 has made a pattern for a bolero, which I did, and I finished that, and again I'll do the usual so you can see what it looks like on. Really pleased with this, and I will be making other versions of this, But can you see that? Oh yeah, you can on camera. Look how sparkly that is. And that wall, I think I'll definitely for next, for this year now, we're in 2026, this year, I think I'll be using this again in other colours. It was, and I've forgotten where I've put my book. Here we go, because I made some notes. Right, what was it made from? It was made in double knit yarn smith create glitter, which I bought from Wool Warehouse. And that's all I can say about that, really. Is a fantastic pattern. I'll put a link to Killer Kitsch 13. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'll put it below in the notes. And recommend this when the pattern comes out. It's a lovely lady, and it's a really, really good pattern. I like the way she does it in like, how would you say, like a table form. So for all your sizes, so it's really easy to keep track of what size you're working on. And it comes in 3 sleeve lengths, short, 3/4 and long. So yeah, and I think it would be nice. I was going to do this with this yarn for Christmas and make a make a brooch, not badge, make a brooch. I was going to do like a poinsettia attachable brooch to put on, but I never got round to that. But yeah, so that is that one. And another thing about that yarn is it's so soft. I've used glittery yarn before, and it's been very itchy, but this isn't. I don't know how they've done it, but it's really yummy. So yeah, so that's two down. The next one I've got, you can tell I haven't done this for a little while because I'm steaming through these. I'll relax in a minute. I tell you what, let's have a sip of coffee and take a breath. Right, yeah, that was good. I'm never sure with coffee. I suppose with caffeine it'll make me hyper, won't it? It won't calm me down. I should get some chamomile. What's my hair doing? Sorry, I set my hair in rollers last night, and I haven't done a proper brush through, so it's a bit all over the place. We'll sort that out later. Right, there we go. Anyway, yes, my third finished knit is the Snowflake sample blanket by Kerry Jane Designs that I did for my daughter and son-in-law for a Christmas gift. I didn't take a picture of it myself when I finished, because obviously that would be too sensible, wouldn't it? I completely forgot that I'd want to show anybody that I'd actually finished it. I was so happy to have it done before Christmas as well. But they kindly took pictures. I'll put a couple of images up there for you guys so you can see. It was huge when it's finished. I mean, it will. I think it will be as wide as a double bed. I used. Let's have a look at my notes because I know I put it on there. I used King Cole Big Chunky wool, which was lovely and soft. And while I was knitting it was great because where I was cold and it kept me warm. I miss it actually. I think I'm going to have to make one for myself. But yeah, so they really, really loved it, which was good. So now I've promised for next year I'll make a blanket for my son because I don't like doing for one and not the other. So yeah, I'll be looking for it. I'll do a different pattern. I think I'll do a different design for Jay. But yeah, so we'll find out. And I won't leave it until October, I don't think, either. I'll start in the summer, which might get a bit hot, and hopefully we'll have a nice summer this year. Got lots planned because I've got my husband and I are both celebrating a big birthday this year. somewhere between 60 and 70. No, 50 and 70. I was trying to be clever then, and it didn't work. I don't know why I even attempt to do that. But anyway, yes. So that was the blanket, and that was brilliant. And she also does, for anyone wanted to make a Christmas present for babies or any expectant mums. They do it in a cot size as well, which I think it'll be really good. The actual pattern had tassels on, but I didn't do that. But they do look nice. Yes, so that means we're 3 knits down. Okay. The fourth one is one on my introduction video that I showed. I can't think what I had done. I think I just had the jacket almost done. So I'm doing the buttons up. I'll put a picture of it on my little model for there. And it's by Halo Knits, and I'll put her details in the notes as well. I can't actually remember which one this is. I think, did I put it in my notes? I don't think I did. Let's have a quick look. No, I didn't. I just said that it was made in James Brett double knit yarn, and it was by Halo Knits. But yeah, I finished it. I'm really pleased with this. So hopefully soon that will be going off to a new home. The bonnet and the shoes are actually from a different pattern of Halo Knits. These I know are from, and I've forgotten what it's called, Summer Matinee. I thought that was rather cute. It's a bit, it reminds me of Bridgerton, the bonnets that they wore. But yeah, I like that. In the end, in the very, very first introduction video that I did, and I kept doing this for some reason for pose. Stop using my hands all the time. I was saying about not using ribbon, but yeah, she, the lady from Halo Knits, does a knitted tie, so I thought I'd go along with that. So that's the hat. I thought that was rather cute, and then her little booties as well, which are quite. I suppose I should do it that way so you can see the button. Hopefully they'll stay on. They stayed on the usually when I put the booties and things on they're dollies. I'll call them my little baby models, but when you're moving them around they fall off, but they didn't. They stayed on. So I really love that picot edge. I think they're so pretty. Yeah, so that's it for the finished knits. But that's not bad going for. I know it's been 2 months, but I'm very like a magpie with my knitting. Although my knitting's not shiny, I know, but I'd start on one thing and then I will keep scrolling through Etsy and baby knit sites and seeing something. I don't know what that piece of hair is doing. Baby knit sites, and then thinking, oh yeah, I need to do that. So, which sort of brings me to my works in progress, of which I have. Well, I have. I counted them up. I'm back to 30. I'm not going to show you 30. Don't worry. Let's grab this coffee again. I'm not going to go to 30. What I think I'm going to do, I know what I've got now, and they're sitting there. I'm going to try and every month finish 1 or 2 of my outstanding knits and clear them up, or have a really good think, do I actually want to finish this? it's all right. I've just thought, let's say 31. I've just thought of something else that that I've got in the conservatory that I started. Actually, that's a Valentine's knit. So maybe I'll show you that in the next video. But yeah, some of them I think, oh, I started it, so I should really finish it. But no, if I'm not going to enjoy doing it and I'm not going to use it or give it to anybody, then I'll frog it and reuse the wool. There we go. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So I picked this up and take a sip. Lovely. Sorry, and if you can hear heavy breathing in the video, it's not me. It's Ozzy. He's keeping me warm. You're going to come say hello, Oz? Here he is. Say hi. Okay. Good boy. Okay. Right. So yeah. I'm tutting. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that. Right. This is the Jiffy Knit turtleneck sweater, which I had planned to do a whole separate video on, and I did start it. The video, that is, and I gave up on it because I sort of lost all motivation, and I've got there's wool stuck here. What's going on? Right, there we go. Right, so picture. I think I did speak about this in either the last video or the video before. It's actually on the pattern. It says this is a knit that can be done in 5 hours. I've been working on it for. Now this is a problem, you see, because I should write the start time and finish time every time I pick it up, and I did to 6 hours, and then I stopped, and then it was I would start knitting it and then get up and go and do something else. So that's gone out the window, but I know it wasn't 5 hours, so that's that. Sorry, I'm all in a tangle. How the heck? I'm sure it does this by itself when you put things in a bag. Okay, so this is as far as I got in said hours. So, oh, and I've lost my stitches. Come here. Right, so I have done the front. So it's made in chunky yarn, and it's knitted on UK1, which is a 7.5mm needle. And it's got cable going down the front, and the back is plain, and it's got a roll neck, which when I was doing this, and I thought, that's not very big. That is really small, but the shoulders fit. But looking at the pattern, it's one where the sleeves come right up and keep coming up to the neck, which I believe is why you don't do the. Well, you're supposed to do the sleeves before the front, but yeah. So that's why. So I think when you do the sleeves, perhaps the rest of the collar is all knitted together. So that's as far as I've got. Well, and I've started on the sleeves. I'm doing the sleeves together because that's another. I don't know if anyone else is the same. If you do them singularly, you get to the end of the sleeve and then you think, oh, I've got to do that all again. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, so I'll do them together, and then when they're done, they're done. Yeah. Oh, and the cable. I don't know if you can see that. So the cable is on the sleeves as well, so I've just got to the first cable, and it does knit up really quick. I mean, not 5 hours quick, but it does knit up really quick. That's really annoying me, all knotted. Right, I'm going to pop this. It's all going to topple over if I put it there. Let me put it back in here. What drew me to it originally was, I think it looks a bit like one of the jumpers that Marilyn Monroe wore. If I can find a picture of that, I'll pop it up there as well. So that's nice. And I haven't got any green cream jumpers. I used to have a roll neck cream jumper. I think it was quite similar. It had cable somewhere on it. And I wore it to death. Had to throw it away in the end because it wasn't one that I made. It was one that I bought. So yeah, that will replace that. Okay. So that's the first work in progress. Second work in progress, which is almost finished, is an order for a scarf. And it's a fox scarf. Now I'm not sure how. I tell you what, there's the picture of the of how it will look when it's finished. I've actually knitted all the pieces, so it was almost one of my finished knits, but I haven't sewn it together. So yeah, it's quite long. Go like that, and then got the legs, which add on. Actually, it's very, very long, but it's as it's all measured correctly. So yeah, that's really, really long. Okay, well, it's going to keep you warm, Jennifer, when you get this. So I've got to put the eyes on and block it out and sew it all together. So yeah, that's done in. Oh, now that was done in the recommended yarn for the pattern, which was. I've not written it down. Have I not written it down? I thought I'd written it down. Yes, the Stylecraft Life. I've not used that before. In double knit. And the book is Faux Taxidermy Scarves, which I think would be quite cute. But yeah, look how long the legs are. I'm going to have another measure up. I was measuring it as I was going along, and it seemed to be spot on. That just seems so long. Anyway, I'll show you a picture once it's all put together. And it will be a finished knit for my next video. Although hopefully my next video won't be 2 months in the making. So yeah, so that's that. I quite enjoyed doing that. That was a nice, because it was all stocking stitch. It was a nice one to do while watching TV. And I think the last video, on the last video, I said I'd just seen the first episode of Game of Wool, and that I wasn't really sure about it. I got into it in the end. I thought it was really good, considering the time they have to get these things. Well, not filmed, but they have to put it down into. Do you know what? I don't even know now. Was it half an hour show or a 40-minute show? But yeah, I you get to know the contestants in it, don't you? So that helps. I thought it was really good. It was really good. So yeah, so that is my second work in progress. Okay, my third work in progress is another baby knit. And this is another one patterned by Halo Hand Knits, and it's for I think it's £7 newborn, which it's very similar to the previous one, as in the pattern's the same. It's just that the sleeves are how would you say that, knitted in to the front and back, and it's short sleeved for the summer. So the hat and the booties will be the same as the peach one, but then also on this you have some little pants, which I think are quite cute. So yeah, because if we have a warm summer, that will look quite cute, I think. And I'm going to put some roses. I bought, bear with me for a minute, I'm just going to nip over here. Oh, Ozzy, don't nick my space. And he nicked my space. Ozzy, you're going to have to move, darling, because I need to sit down. Ozzy, please. Come on. I know, sweetheart. Come on. Let Mummy sit down. Ozzy. Come on. Okay, he was determined he wasn't going to move, so I've had to move the camera around. Things you're doing for your pets. Oh, good boy. Okay, you sit there if you're comfy. Right, what I was going to get to show you was I bought a multi-pack of different roses. Different little roses in lots of different colours. But I thought it might look quite nice to use that red on there. I don't know. I thought that looked quite striking. So that might be the colour I go for with that. The Wool's James Brett again, double knit. And I've said about the booties and the hat. So yeah, so the pants are made, the jacket fronts and back are all ready. So I'll keep going on that. And then that will be another baby knit done. I think I've got 9, well actually, with that's number 10. I've got 10 baby outfits on the go in all sorts of degrees of finishing. So yeah, I'll get on with those this year, but I think I'll finish that one next, because now I've seen what the peach one looks like with especially the hat. I'm quite eager to get that finished. And that brings me to my final work in progress for today, and this is called the Fisherman's Knit Cardie, which I bought from Etsy. And sorry, I'm looking at my notes because I can't remember. Hobo Hooks was the site owner on Etsy. If you want to go and have a look for this, I'll put a picture of the pattern there. And the reason I was eager to start this, I think if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have already seen this, is because it was so similar to the one worn by Mrs. McCarthy on Father Brown. I love Father Brown. The new programme, the new series has started on BBC One, and I haven't watched it yet. So after making this, I'm going to be sat down doing some knitting, watching the new episode of Father Brown, which is a perfect way to spend a Sunday afternoon. So yeah, so it's called Fancy Rib. Yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna have to get used to doing rib. It's nice. It's a 2 pattern row. So you on the first row you purl 2, knit front and back, purl 2, knit front and back, and then on the return row you knit 2, purl 2 together, and that's it. So it's a nice simple pattern. Having said that, I had to frog it a few times because what was I watching? I was watching The Traitors. If you're in the UK and you've been watching the new season of The Traitors, I'm totally hooked on that. So yeah, so I've lost my train of thought again. What was I talking about? Ribbing. Yes. So it's a nice simple pattern with just the 2 rows, and I am using King Cole Merino Blend double knit, which is that one, and apparently it's anti-tickle. So yeah, we'll see about that. I love that colour. I've done quite a few things in green recently, but I think this one's called Marina. I thought that will look quite nice when it's finished. So that was my final work in progress. We've got others, haven't we, hiding around the house, but these are the ones I'm going to be working on for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully I will get into the rhythm now of doing these every couple of weeks. Sorry, I'm really keep hitting that microphone. I'm really out of breath, and I don't know why, because I've just been sat here, so we're talking. Yes, so that just leaves me to acquisitions, and I know I shouldn't be buying more wool because plenty to be going on with, but this was a special case. So the first one I'm going to show you is the Drops Nord. I'm trying to it's Drops Nord mix, and it's in this lovely, I don't know, what do you call that, like a petrol blue, 4-ply. So I've not used Nord before. Well, I don't think I have. I'll have to have a look. I don't think I have. But anyway, it's in Drops Nord, and it's for this pattern here, which is the pattern that my mother used when she was a young teenager, and that's her wearing it there. I didn't have the pattern, and I put a call out on Instagram because I've been searching for ages and couldn't find it anywhere. And a lovely lady messaged me and said yes, she could actually get me a copy of it, which she did, and I was extremely grateful. And she said to me, "Oh, please let me see how you get on." Now, to my shame, this must have been about 6 years ago, and I haven't done it. I've started it several times, but I've never been happy with either the colour I was using or the way it was looking or whatever. So I'm determined to get it done. I've been told by my Aunt Rosemary that it would have been Mum's version was made in a blue. So I'm going to use this petrol blue, and I haven't decided yet whether to do white hearts across or do it in a cream. I think white might be quite striking, but we'll come to that when we start. So that's that. So I'm hoping to get this started in February, because I'll have the ones I've just shown you finished in February. And the other thing I've bought is this Signet Deluxe double knit, and that's in heather. It's a beautiful colour. And this is for a knit along by a pattern which I believe is, I should have written it down and I didn't, and I think it's called Happy Hearts. If it isn't, I'll correct myself and pop a picture on there as well. So it's a knit along from the book by Knitting for Victory, and I'm so ill prepared. I can't remember the name of the book. I'll put that there as well. Apologies, Linda, for forgetting the name of your book. I got it for Christmas, and I haven't got it here. It's upstairs. Otherwise, I'll be showing everybody. It's a wonderful book. It's got 18 glorious patterns, vintage remake of vintage patterns in there, and it's like a make do and mend, so you can use all your I was going to say odds and ends, but you know what I mean, leftover wool from other projects. So now I know this isn't leftover wool from other projects, but I'm going to use some cream that I know I've got. I needed 200 grams of each colour, and I knew I had some cream, but I didn't know, I couldn't decide on a colour that I had enough of to use for the second size. And then I saw this while I was having a little wander through Wool Warehouse's website, and I thought, no, that would be lovely. So I'll speak more about this when I start it. So yeah, so the knit along starts on Monday, which will be the 19th of January. So I'm hoping if I can get I'll get the scarf sorted, and then I'll be back to 4 work in progress that I'm working on. Yeah, so that's about it really. For me, I think we're all caught up. Have a wonderful Sunday and rest of the week. And from me and Ozzy, we will see you in the next one. Take care. Happy knitting. Bye.